please be seated.
இனிய காலை வணக்கம். புதிய விடியலுக்கு பூபாலம் பாட வெளிச்ச சூரியன் வீதி உலாவரும் நேரம் இது. கல்வி தேனை பருக கூடியிருக்கும் பட்டாம்பூச்சிகள் பளபள. அத்தகைய மாணவ செல்வங்களை வரவேற்பதில் திருச்சிய சாரம் மருத்துவமனை மற்றும் மருத்துவ கல்லூரி ஆராய்ச்சி மையம் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறது.
From dreaming of becoming a doctor to taking your very first step towards becoming one, we have all come so far. We hereby welcome you all to the MBBS Inaugural Program of 2024 batch.
எங்கள் வாழ்வும் எங்கள் வளமும் மங்காத தமிழ் என்று சங்கே முழங்கு. அத்தகைய கவி மிகுந்த தமிழ் தாயை போற்றுவோம். தமிழ் தாய் வாழ்த்து.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கனமும் மது சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனலும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயமறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
A leader is someone who has a powerful intellect and impacts the people around them to work hard. To set the tone for today's event, I'd like to invite our beloved Dean, Dr. S. Revati ma'am, to deliver the welcome address and share her words of wisdom. Ma'am, please.
A very good morning to one and all who have gathered here. I thank the Almighty for giving me this opportunity to stand before this august gathering as the Dean of this prestigious institution, TSRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center, to deliver the welcome address. It is our esteemed pleasure to welcome our chairman, Dr. R. Shivakumar sir, for being here to welcome our budding doctors. We are proud of our chairman sir, who is a real leader and is the guiding star and the lighthouse for us to shine in the world of medical education. We welcome our co-chairman, Mr. S. Niranjan sir, in absentia today, who is always in our thoughts and deeds. We take great pride and honor in welcoming our chief guest of today, Mr. Irayanbu IAS sir, former Chief Secretary of the Tamil Nadu government, for graciously accepting our invitation to be the chief guest today. I am certain that his speech will inspire our new students who will serve the society as the outstanding healthcare professionals in the future. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to our Chief Director, Dr. Sethuraman sir, our Deputy Director, Dr. N. Balasubramanian sir, for gracing this occasion with their presence. Our Chief Director is the pivot for this function by giving his help in bringing our chief guest today to be with us. I extend my hearty welcome to Dr. G. Ravikumar, Medical Superintendent in absentia, Dr. P. Karthik, Additional Medical Superintendent, Vice Principal Admin Dr. K. Balaji, Vice Principal Academic and Research Dr. Kamala. A warm welcome as well to the professors and heads of all the departments of Trichy Medical College. We wholeheartedly welcome our GM Admin, GM Operations, Dean Admin, and the heads of the institutions from our sister concerns and the faculty of Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center. We welcome the press and the social media people covering this event. We warmly welcome the proud parents of the students of the 2024-25 batch MBBS and thank the parents for choosing our institution to train your children to become medical professionals. We assure you that your child will be handed over safely to you as a successfully trained Indian medical graduate. We take pleasure in welcoming our 2024 batch of first MBBS students who are joining today our TSRM family. Dear students of 24-25 batch, I want to inform you that our institution is well equipped with the necessary infrastructure, full-fledged departments, and the experienced and academically driven faculty. As you may have already noticed, our campus is vibrant, green, and full of life. Trichy SRM Medical College has 18 student clubs, and our students have so far excelled in academics, sports, and cultural activities. The management and the administration have implemented certain rules and regulations to ensure your safety and well-being. I request and encourage all of you, our dear students, to adhere to them and have a safe and enjoyable experience with us. Once again, I congratulate you all and I welcome you to the Trichy SRM family. While I would love to introduce the entire faculty of Trichy SRM Medical College to the August gathering, the time constraints allow me to introduce only the heads of all departments. First is Dr. C. Gnanavel Raja, Professor and HOD of Anatomy. Dr. M. Mukhil, Professor and HOD in charge Physiology. Dr. K. Balaji, Professor and HOD in charge Biochemistry and our VP Admin. Dr. S. Priya Bandhavi, Professor and HOD Pathology. Dr. N. Arivalakan, Professor and HOD, Department of Pharmacology. Dr. P. Chitra Rajalakshmi, Professor and HOD, Microbiology, in absentia today. Dr. R. Rajendra Kumar, Professor and HOD of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology. Dr. G. Gandhi, Professor and HOD, ENT Department. Dr. K. Ilango, Professor and HOD of Ophthalmology. Dr. K. Hemalata, Professor and HOD of Community Medicine and our IQAC coordinator. Dr. P. Karthik, Professor and HOD General Surgery and Additional Medical Superintendent. Dr. P. Ramesh Vairavan, Professor and HOD of Orthopedics. Dr. S. Sivaraman, Professor and HOD of Psychiatry. Dr. M. Vijay Khanna, Professor and HOD, Department of Anesthesiology. Dr. K. Gopalakrishnan, Professor and HOD, Dermatology. Dr. K. Ranganatha Mallan, Professor and HOD of Respiratory Medicine. Dr. K. Shivakumar, Professor and HOD of General Medicine. Dr. Sirajuddin Nazir, Professor and HOD, Pediatrics. Dr. Divya Sethuraman, Professor and HOD, OBG, in absentia today. Dr. V. Sendilnathan, Professor and HOD, Radiology. Dr. U. Jayasimha Raja, Professor and HOD, Dentistry. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. To symbolize the light of knowledge and wisdom, we will now proceed with the traditional lighting of the lamp. I request all the dignitaries to come forward for this auspicious moment.
புதிய விடியலுக்கு பூபாலம் பாட வெளிச்ச சூரியன் வீதி உலாவரும் நேரம் இது. வாழ்வின் ஒளி சேர்க்கும் தீபம், பிறர் வாழ்வின் துயர் நீக்கும் தூபம். இன்றிட்ட தீபம் எந்நாளும் மிளிர்ந்து நமது அகையிருள் களைந்து குணச்சுடர் ஏற்றி புற ஒளியாய் மிளிரட்டும்.
Thank you. May the light guide us all towards wisdom and understanding.
Let us now turn our attention to the remarkable journey of an esteemed institution, Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center. Please join us as we take a look at the timeline of success through this special video presentation.
SRM Group of Institutions was started in the year 1969, which marked the inception of Florence Nightingale Primary School at West Mambalam, Chennai. Our founder chancellor is Dr. Parivenda, who is also called as Pachamuthu. From 2011, our honorable chairman, Dr. R. Shivakumar, guides our institution and has always dreamt about achieving great heights.
Our Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center was started in the year 2008 with a hospital bed strength of 350, and in the year 2009, college was approved with a UG intake of 150. In the year 2013, both pre and paraclinical postgraduate courses were started, and it is my great pride to tell in the year 2020, all clinical postgraduate seats were approved.
In the year 2022, we achieved grant of permission to admit 250 students. And in 2024, we are going for an increase in postgraduate seats and start super specialty PG courses.
From 350 bed strength, our hospital has grown to a bed strength of 1575 now. Medical education is for lifetime. இன்று நீங்கள் பயிலப் போகும் anatomy, physiology, biochemistry ஆகிய இவைகள் அஸ்திவாரங்கள். மேலெழுப்பப்படும் சுவர்கள் pharmacology, pathology, microbiology மற்றும் forensic medicine இவை. லிண்டேல் எனப்படும் அனைத்தையும் இணைக்கும் community medicine. மேற்கூரையாக clinical subjects ஆகிய medicine and allied, surgery and allied, OG, anesthesia மற்றும் radiology. இவை உங்கள் medical graduation என்ற இல்லத்தை உருவாக்கும் செங்கற்கள்.
We have all the departments with full faculties to deliver the best possible education for our students.
If you take our infrastructure, it is actually the best in our country, with spacious, fully computerized and digital classrooms, fully equipped labs and beautiful museum. Also, we have a state-of-art library which is noteworthy with a strength of 15,000 plus books and 75 plus journals.
We have e-journals and 63 nodes of computer with internet for student access. In research, not only our faculties and PGs, but also our students every year publish research articles in index journals and contribute by many funded projects.
To train our students for drill, we have state-of-art skill lab with experienced faculties. Our hospital is a fully functional tertiary care multi-speciality hospital with all departments, and our OPs are spacious with privacy for patients and examinations. Our faculty are dedicated, ethical and humane in approaching our patients.
We have state-of-the-art lab departments, radiological investigations, our ICU complex is fully equipped with life-saving equipments. Our cardiac, dialysis and trauma care are laudable. It is my privilege to tell that we extend a world-class treatment at affordable cost to all the people. We have all the super specialty care, cardiac medicine and surgery, neuromedicine and surgery, renal medicine and surgery, cancer care, and vascular and pediatric surgeries.
Our achievements include NABH accreditation. We have NABL accredited labs, and we are the first and only affiliated medical institution in the state to get NAC A+ grade.
Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII, honored Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center as the trendsetter for social impact, recognizing our CSR activities and the impact we created through rural health camps. Our Trichy SRM group of institutions emerged as winners in 4 categories in the NHRD National Summit 2024, in which Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center received the award for employee empowerment and well-being.
Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center was adjudged by the Association of Health Providers of India as the best hospital in the Central Zone. Our Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center has been awarded by Government of Tamil Nadu for being the best hospital for cadaveric renal organ utilization. Standing out among over 700 medical colleges in India, Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center has secured the 40th place in India Today's ranking of the best medical colleges in India and is the second highest ranked medical college in Tamil Nadu.
Our faculty members have received prestigious recognitions, including awards from the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University, Indian Medical Association, and other esteemed bodies. Our students too have contributed to this legacy by excelling in various college competitions and academic events. These accolades highlight their ongoing commitment towards academic and professional excellence.
எங்கள் கல்வி குழுமத்தின் வளர்ச்சி மற்றும் சிறப்புகளை நாங்கள் எடுத்துரைத்தோம். உங்கள் குழந்தைகளை சிறப்பான திறமையான மருத்துவராக மாற்றும் பொறுப்பை நீங்கள் எங்களிடம் அளித்துள்ளீர்கள். அதை நாங்கள் முழு மனதோடு செய்வோம். உங்கள் ஒத்துழைப்பையும் மாணவ மணிகளின் ஈடுபாட்டையும் நாங்கள் எதிர்பார்க்கிறோம். நன்றி.
It is our greatest honor and privilege to invite a visionary leader and the driving force behind the success and growth of our institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our Honorable Chairman, Dr. R. Shivakumar Sir, SRM Group of Institutions, Ramapuram, Chennai and Trichy, to deliver the presidential address to this esteemed gathering.
Happy morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Respected Chief Guest, my friend Irayanbu, Chief Director, Executive Director, Deputy Director, Dean of Medical College, Vice Principals, Head of the institutions, administrators, heads from sister institutions, professors, faculty members, dear students, parents. Indeed, it's a happy moment for me also. "35 years back, I was sitting like you, anxious, little tensed. First day in my medical college. So I just saw a banner welcoming you, future doctor. Now I say you are doctor from now itself. Once you start wearing your coat, people will call you doctor. So prepare your mind and start. Think you are a doctor and act like a doctor. Behave like a doctor. Create that attitude. பெற்றோர்களுக்கு நன்றி. உங்களுடைய குழந்தைங்களை ஒரு சிறந்த மருத்துவரா, சிறந்த மனிதரா உருவாக்குவதற்கு எங்களுக்கு ஒரு வாய்ப்பு அளித்ததற்கு உங்களுக்கு நன்றி. கல்லூரியில் இருக்கும் வசதி வாய்ப்புகளை பற்றி காணொளியில் பார்த்தீர்கள். டீன் உங்கள் அஷூரன்ஸ் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, உங்களுடைய குழந்தைகளை ஒரு சிறந்த மனிதர்களாக்குவாங்க. We'll keep up our words. நீங்கள் எங்கள் மீது நம்பிக்கை வைத்து எங்களுக்கு உங்களுடைய சப்போர்ட் தேவைப்படும் போது நீங்கள் ஆசிரியர்களை, டாக்டர்களை சந்திக்க வேண்டியது இருக்கும். அப்போ ஸோ உங்களுக்கு என் நன்றி. இன்னைக்கு நம்மளுடைய சீஃப் கெஸ்டா திரு இறையன்பு அவர்கள் இங்க இருக்காங்க. அவங்க இங்க இருக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு காரணம் இருக்கு. அவர் ஒரு சிறந்த பேச்சாளர், எழுத்தாளர், மோட்டிவேஷனல் ஸ்பீக்கர், எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும். He was training doctors in communication, in verbal and non-verbal communication. He was training doctors. ஸோ அதை பற்றி நான் அப்புறம் பேசுகிறேன். கம்யூனிகேஷன் பற்றி அது ரொம்ப ஒரு முக்கியமான ஒரு ஏரியா. பன்முகம் கொண்டவர், மல்டி ஸ்கில் பர்சன். எஸ், he is excelling in various areas. ஐஏஎஸ் ஆஃபீஸராக இருந்தாலும் பல துறைகளில் சிறப்பாக பணியாற்றியுள்ளார். அடுத்த எல்லா துறையிலும் சிறப்பாக பணியாற்றியுள்ளார். சிறந்த பேச்சாளர், தமிழறிஞர். He is a role model for you. நம்மளும் எல்லா ஏரியாவிலையும் நம்ம சிறந்து விளங்கலாம். நிறைய டாக்டர்ஸ் வெவ்வேறு துறையில சிறப்பாக இருக்கிறாங்க. அதை நீங்க போக போக நீங்களும் புரிஞ்சுக்குவீங்க. இன்னொரு சிறப்பு சொல்லணும்னா, இதை இங்க இந்த மேடையில சொல்லணும். இப்ப அதை நிறைய இடத்துல பார்க்க முடியல. விருந்தோம்பல். So when I went to his home once, சார் வீட்டுக்கு போகும்போது ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு ஃபியூ மினிட்ஸ் பார்க்கறதுக்கு தான் நான் போனேன். அவங்களுடைய மனைவி நிறைய ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணி வச்சு, எங்க வீட்டுல என்னுடைய பேரண்ட்ஸ் எப்படி, எங்க அம்மா என்ன உட்காந்து இதை சாப்பிட்டேன் இல்லை இதை கொஞ்சம் லிட்டரலி எமோஷனலி மூட் ஆன் தட் டே. அதுக்கப்புறம் அவர் வீட்டுக்கு போனனால எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் பயமா இருக்கு, அவங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது தொந்தரவு கொடுக்குமா. அந்த விருந்தோம்பல் we are not seeing anywhere now. We don't follow it, or இங்கே எல்லாமே ஒரு யாராவது வந்தாங்கனாலே ஏன் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி நம்ம மைண்ட்ல ஒரு கொஸ்டின் வரும். ஸோ தட் ஐ லைக் இட். அதை உங்க மேட்க்கு கன்வே பண்ணுங்க. ஸோ இட்ஸ் அ குட் டேக் அவே. ஐ டெல் யூ, நாளைக்கு நம்ம ஃபேமிலி, நம்ம வீட்டுக்கு ஒருத்தவங்க வந்தாங்கன்னா நம்ம எப்படி பிஹேவ் பண்ணணுன்றது இட்ஸ் அ ரிமைண்டர். ஸோ டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், now you have started your career successfully. You are on the first step, right? You have to continue to put your effort as you did past few months, few years. And your plus 2 you had a very clear vision for Dr. Alma. You joined NEET coaching. Many would have prepared by yourself. எவ்வளோ ஒரு சின்சியரா ஒரு எஃபோர்ட் போட்டு ஒரு கிளியர் ஒரு கோல் வச்சு யூ ஹாவ் அச்சீவ்ட் இட் அண்ட் யூ ஹவ் சக்சஸ்ஃபுல்லி அச்சீவ்ட் இட். யூ ஆர் எ பெர்ஃபார்மர், பட் யூ ஹாவ் டு கண்டினியூ இட். தட்ஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். இன்னைக்கு நம்ம டாக்டர் ஆயிட்டோம், அதான் நான் சொல்லிட்டேன், நீங்க டாக்டர் ஆயிட்டீங்க. மெடிக்கல் காலேஜில் ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டோன்னு கொஞ்சம் அப்படியே அலட்சியமா இருந்துடக்கூடாது. பொறுப்பு அதிகம், டாக்டர்ஸ்க்கு ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி ரொம்ப அதிகம். ஸோ நம்மளுக்கு அதிகம் பொறுப்பு. இன்னைக்கு இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் தே ஹேண்டில் மெஷின்ஸ், பட் யூ ஹேண்டில் லைஃப். நம்ம உயிரோட ஹேண்டில் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஸோ வி ஹேவ் டு பி மோர் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிள், மோர் சீரியஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ பீப்புள் ட்ரீட் யூ அஸ் அ காட். நீங்கள் ஒரு லைஃப்பை சேவ் பண்ணால் உங்களை காட். right? To be a successful professional, right? You have to put lot of efforts, right? To be a successful professional, should have good knowledge. First, நல்ல knowledge இருக்கணும். Subject knowledge இருக்கணும். Right. Second is skill இருக்கணும். Third is good communication. Then sir expert. So knowledge நல்லா இருந்ததுன்னா, skill, knowledge நல்லா இருந்தா you will have confidence. You know what to do. Confident ஒரு ஒர்க் பண்ணணும் நம்மளுக்கு. அதை பத்தி ஃபுல்லா தெரியும்னா we will do it. The medicine is a science which is evolving every day. It is improving, new innovation, invention, discovery, a lot of changes happening. AI உள்ள வந்துச்சு. You have robots inside now. Lot of changes happening. When I did medicine, அதெல்லாம் இல்லை. Now I have to keep upgrading myself. Everyone, even you, even after 10 years, after 20 years, you have to learn. You have to keep upgrading your knowledge. இல்லைன்னா you'll be obsolete. So knowledge is the basic. அதுதான் foundation. You have to keep learning. Learning should be a continuous process. அதை மைண்டில் வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஸோ நம்ம ஃபஸ்ட் டே காலேஜில் ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டோம், நம்ம டாக்டர் ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டெப்பு தான் எடுத்து வச்சிருக்கோம். ஓகே, ஒரு டிகிரி வாங்கிட்டோம், ஓகே வி ஆர் டாக்டர். இல்லை, வி ஆர் ஆன் த ப்ராசஸ். லாட் ஆஃப் திங்ஸ் ஆர் ஹேப்பனிங். நம்ம அக்யூர் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருந்தால் தான் வில் பி நம்ம ப்ரொஃபஷனில் நம்ம வந்து வில் பி பர்ஃபார்மிங் வெல். Second, skill. So you're treating patients. So bedside manners சொல்லுவாங்க. How to examine patients. Spend more time with the patients. அந்த skill இருக்கணும். So you have to spend more. They have shown everything, but they didn't show the patients. You saw all the facilities, right? They have 1,500 beds plus beds. Patients are there. They are your reading material. ஒரு பக்கம் book, இன்னொரு பக்கம் patient. Spend more time reading, understanding, learning. Spend time with the patients. Patients are your learning material. Senior professors are there, experienced professors are there, teachers are there. உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் நல்லா சொல்லிக் கொடுப்பாங்க. Since we are performing well, they have received so many awards. So it's up to you to use all these things. Spend more time in the ward. அதெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு எல்லாமே they will tell you. We have an MEU, medical education unit of the Kamala is there. So they will guide you. Again, next few days you will be having induction program. ஒன்னொன்னு உங்களுக்கு வந்து they will tell you what to do, how to do. You will be guided, don't worry. நான் சும்மா இப்போ ஒரு nutshell I'm giving you only a small introduction. The third one, education skill and communication is very important. For patient கிட்ட how we communicate, for doctors கிட்ட how we communicate, colleague கிட்ட how we communicate. எல்லாமே the tone, the words, எல்லாமே doctors has to be polite. Basic அதை ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோ. We have to be polite, we have to talk more. We have to be polite, we have to talk more. You will be a successful practitioner. இதுல மிஸ்டேக் ஆகும்போது தான் patients fight with the doctor. You'll be good in your treatment, everything, but if you don't communicate properly, they will become upset. So communication is very important. And again, we have department to train you, take care of it. So for all these things, you have to put effort. Next, sir, medical profession, நாங்க டாக்டர் ஆயிடுவோம் அவ்வளவுதானா? Is this a narrow field? No. I'll tell you. Because I have interacted with many in orthopedician and cardiologist. There are other things also. You can become a super specialty person. All these fields already you would have gone through. In chat GPT, you would have questioned and you would have found out what all the futuristic um, opportunities available. You have research opportunity. We have a very good research department. Director, we have, they do research, interdisciplinary research. You know, medicine now 50% is technology. 50% is technology. புரிஞ்சுப்பீங்க நீங்க சொல்ற வேர்டு மட்டும் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. Wherever you go, there will be a machine. Lab machine, operation theater machine, everything. So technology plays a very important role in medical profession. That area, a lot of research is going on, and our sister institutions, engineering college, SRM University, they do a lot of research. You can get involved in that. You can, if you are interested in research. One of my close relative, on the first year itself, she said, I'm interested in research. I want to get into drug-related research, and she has taken up post-graduation pharmacology. She wanted to do research. Research in Pune, again, you have either into technology, in equipment, in MRI scan, CT scan, you can get into that industry. If you have a medical degree, you have a very beautiful future. Like a computer science guy, you can also work in a machine. Again, research in medical field itself. All the basic medical science, whatever they have shown, already researches are going on. Lot of research is going on in biochemistry, microbiology, community medicine. Lot of research is already going within the department. And also on the clinical side, we have a lot of research. If you are interested, you can take up that. That's one option. One is your specialty. So when you have lot other, you can become an hospital administrator. Dean is a medical administrator now. Medical superintendent is a medical administrator, deputy director. All the people sitting in the first row are medical. Here we have decided to give you training in management also. That's what I have discussed with your medical education unit head. We want to give you training in the management also, aspect also. If you want to get into administration, a lot of corporate hospitals are managed by doctors. Doctors are on the top position into administration. They don't see patients. You have that option. We have opening here. You have to put your effort. You have to decide what you want to do. And right from first day, you have to be focused on that. Don't waste your time. You have everything here. You have all experienced people here to help you. Be focused. Use your mobile for your profession. Useful another. Spend your time on that instead of wasting your time. Today morning I was talking to chief director. It literally affects your thinking, thought process. If you are into social media for a long time. If you are into social media for a long time, or 3 hours and you use பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் பாருங்க உங்களுடைய it become, it won't be sharp. Your decision making won't be sharp. This literally affects your mind. So restrict this usage again. Focus, put all your efforts towards your goal. What do you want to become? What do you want? You can come and get help from us. If you have any clarification, any doubt, you can come and ask us. Right? You have all facilities here. You have mentorships here. You have counselors here to help you interact with your seniors. They'll be your best guide. By brother, we don't have any ragging problem here. Question get a bind. Don't get offended. Right? somehow you have to get connected now. எவ்வளோக்கு எவ்வளோ நீங்க வந்து உங்களுடைய சீனியரோட நீங்க கனெக்ட் ஆகிறீங்களோ they will be very useful for you, I'll tell you. Don't worry, we don't have any ragging problem thing. If you feel so, you can please anytime you can convey your professors, they will support you and help you. And again, take care of your health. You have a good mess, other play facilities are available. எல்லாத்துலயுமே engage ஆங்க. Not only your academics, want take care of உங்களுக்கு even you have a lot of clubs here. You have music club and your AMS is very interested in taking care of your extracurricular culturals, and our institution is very popular for its cultural programs. They have music club. You have all clubs here where you can spend your leisure time, right? So எல்லாம் இருக்குங்க. உங்க டைமை நீங்க வந்து ப்ராப்பரா நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணி become a successful professional and take care of your parents. என்னைக்கும் அவங்கள வந்து மறக்காதீங்க. அவங்களால தான் இன்னைக்கு இங்க இருக்கீங்க. நீங்க எதுவா இருந்தாலும் அவங்க கிட்ட கலந்து பேசி எந்த ப்ராப்ளம் வந்தாலும் அவங்ககிட்ட சொல்லுங்க, எங்ககிட்ட சொல்லுங்க. Please respect your parents, take care of them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for breaking the ice and extending a warm welcome to our young minds. I am truly honored to invite Professor Dr. N. Seduraman, sir, Chief Director, SRM Group of Institutions, Ramapuram, Chennai, and Trichy, to address the gathering. We look forward to your insights and words of encouragement.
Very good morning to everyone present here. Honorable Chairman, distinguished Chief Guest, my good friend, Irain IAS, Dean, Deputy Director, Deans from other colleges, Principals from other colleges, members of the faculty, my dear students. At the outset, I thank the Chief Guest for having agreed to deliver Chief Guest address today in order to motivate, encourage the students. I appreciate and congratulate the students and parents. Though you are allotted through NEET exam, you have chosen this college when the choice is given to you, for which I congratulate you. Our chairman in his address mentioned the reason for coming to the right college, keeping in mind the infrastructure, keeping in mind the faculty available. For the information of our chief guest, sir, it is a special campus. As I told you in the beginning, during our private convocation, I used to tell whenever we meet for any induction program, here there are students of 4 universities. In 2009, I have been associating with this college ever since the establishment of this medical college, affiliated to Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University, followed by TRP Engineering College, affiliated to Anna University. Then we have an Arts and Science College, SRM Arts and Science College, affiliated to Bharatidasan Medical University. Then we have one more nursing college affiliated to Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University. Recent child, SRM University off campus. This is the greatness. You students, you have an opportunity to meet with them. Later you can say, he is my campus mate, he is my hostel mate. What? He is an engineering college student? How? MBBS student from SRM University. And also you can make use of the libraries available in all campuses. That is the greatness of this campus. Sir, I may be permitted to use 1 minute our contact in 90s when our chief guest was collector of Kanjivaram district. I being at that time secretary of the Tamil Nadu chapter of Indian Institute of Public Administration, organized a program conference on PCR POA Act, mainly dealt by collectors. He was collector Kanjivaram, the chairman, now present the chairman public section, Mr. Prabharan, he was collector Thiruvalur. Our journey started. My contact with the Iran started. Various functions he invited me for releasing his books. I went there as a participant. Very humble and simple man. எங்களுக்கு இறைவன் அருள் இருப்பதால் இன்று இறை அன்பு நம்மிடம் உங்களுக்காக நமது மாணவர்களை அவர்கள் எவ்வாறு தங்களது பயணத்தை தொடர வேண்டும், இடர்பாடுகளை எவ்வாறு சந்திக்க வேண்டும், முயற்சிகளை எவ்வாறு எடுக்க வேண்டும், இறுதிப்படியை எவ்வாறு அடைய வேண்டும் என்பதை சொல்வதற்காக நான் நமது சேர்மன் கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருக்கிறேங்க அவரிடம் கூறினேன். அப்பொழுது நான் சொன்னேன், காட்டாங்குளத்தூருக்கும் இன்வைட் பண்ணேன் when I was registered. ஆனா இங்க சொல்லும் போது சொன்னேன், நீங்க கட்டாயம் இங்க வரணும், அங்க வந்துட்டேன்னு சொல்லாதீங்க. ஏன்னா sir, this college is located and situated in a village atmosphere. The location is called Irungalur. Though the college is named normally for others who come from different parts of the country. We have students from different parts of the country in IST as well as medical college. இங்கு இந்த பகுதியில் உள்ள மக்களுக்காக குறிப்பாக மருத்துவ சேவை அவர்களை சேர வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக எங்களது மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் இந்த பகுதியில் இதை ஆரம்பித்தார்கள். அந்த மக்களுக்கு அங்க பயிலும் மாணவர்களுக்கு நீங்க அவர்களை இங்கு நேரில் வந்து ஊக்குவிக்க வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக அழைத்தேன். அழைப்பை ஏற்றுக்கொண்டார்கள். இன்று உங்களிடம் பேச இருக்கின்றார்கள். அனைவரும் அவர் உரையை கேட்டு உங்களது எதிர்காலத்தை எந்த முறையில் எடுத்து செல்ல வேண்டும் என்பதை நிச்சயமாக தீர்மானிப்பீர்கள், முடிவெடுப்பீர்கள் என்ற நம்பிக்கை எனக்கு உண்டு. வாய்ப்பு கிடைத்தமைக்கு நன்றி. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir, for giving the freshers an update on our SRM institutions in a nutshell. Leaders empower us to strive for excellence and help pave the path towards achieving our goals. With great respect, I now invite our beloved Deputy Director, Dr. N. Balasubramanian Sir, to graciously introduce our esteemed chief guest of today's event.
Good morning. Let me thank Almighty administrators and the management for giving me this opportunity. I am very happy and privileged to introduce our chief guest of today, Thiru V. Irayanbu IAS, retired Chief Secretary of our Tamil Nadu. He is a role model for all youngsters and he is a well-known motivational speaker and ardent lover of Tamil and fluent speaker of English. He is a graduate from Agriculture University Coimbatore and is a double doctorate in English literature and business administration. He is a 1988 batch IAS officer, writer, social activist, educator, and a motivational speaker. He has written more than 160 books and has conducted many programs for students and youngsters to promote social and educational awareness. He has done many reforms in all districts he has served. We welcome you, sir, to deliver your address and motivate our freshers joining today in Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center. Sir, please, sir.
We would now like to felicitate our chief guest, Thiru V. Irayanbu IAS, with a shawl.
Dr. Shivakumar, the chairperson for SRM Group of Institutions, Chennai, Ramapuram and Trichy. Dr. Sethuraman, Chief Director of SRM Group of Institutions. Dr. Revati, Dean. Dr. Balasubramaniam, Deputy Director. Dr. Velayudaraj, Convener. Faculty members, HODs, senior faculty members on the stage, students, parents, and the friends from the media. Before I commence my orientation speech, I fondly recapitulate with gratitude the services rendered by the medical professionals and the paramedicals during the unprecedented COVID we had, who dedicated their lives for the cause of saving the people of the world and also by sacrificing their lives. We have lost many medical professionals and paramedical professionals in treating the sick who are affected by COVID, and this is the right time to recapitulate the excellent service they have done. This is just to remind you that this is a service which can save hundreds of people if you are sincere, committed, and dedicated. You are entering into a noble service, and this is the time to rededicate yourself for the wonderful course that you are going to study. There are only two professions where the professionals say that they practice, not profess. The first is the medical profession. and the second one is the lawyer profession. In both the cases, every case is unique. Every case that comes to the lawyer is unique in some way or other. And similarly, every sick person who comes to the doctor is unique in some way or other. No two systems are similar. The human system is unique, complicated, and it varies from person to person. That is why learning is a lifelong process in these two professions, and they say we don't profess, but we practice. In this context, let me recapitulate the evolution of medicine over a period of time. It is very often said that the field of medicine developed because of the war. The human mind works systematically at the time of a crisis, and all the faculties join together and focus on a particular issue and solve the problem. And this happens at the time of the war. That is why the historian Roy Sidney Porter made a significant remark that medicine was contributed much by war. The word physician itself is an Ionian word that means extractor of arrows. That is why Hippocratic told that if you want to be a good surgeon, you have to visit the war field. The quasi-mythical figure Asclepius lived in the 12th century BC. He was a naval surgeon and he has written notes about hygiene and the art of extracting the arrows. You would be surprised to know that medicine developed much because of the war in order to treat the people who are wounded in the warfare and in the battlefields. Even the paramedical science evolved because of the war field. Three noble souls, namely Florence Nightingale, Clara Barton, and Dorothy Rex, they all worked for the soldiers who are wounded in the field, placing their lives in jeopardy and saved the lives of the soldiers who were wounded miserably. Before the invention of systematic medicine in the West, they went for capturizing and they went for amputating the bodies of the people who were affected. In fact, if the leg is wounded, they will sever the leg even without anesthesia. That was a pathetic fact that the soldiers have to undergo. In this situation, there was a person called Henry D. Mondeville. He was responsible for transferring the knowledge that was gathered in the war field to civil life. Till that point of time, the knowledge was restricted to the war field. Initially, they used to apply the burning oil or insert the red hot iron rod into the wound for cauterizing. There was a person called Ambrose Pare who was responsible for saying that this is a very bad system of treating the patients, because in the agony they used to scream, they used to wail, and they used to shout. And Ambrose Pare said that this is not the right concoction that is to be used, and he used egg yolk, rose oil, and turpentine for the first time and treated the patient successfully. He was responsible for introducing the art of suturing. There was a point of time in which there was no anesthesia in the West. Of course, in the East, certain branches of medicine were highly advanced. In India, cataract surgeries were performed 3,000 years ago. At the same time, in Babylon also, they performed the cataract surgery, but there was a difference. If the surgeon doesn't perform the cataract surgery for a slave, then fine will be imposed. If the aristocratic society person is treated by the surgeon and if the surgery is not performed well, then his hand will be cut off. That was a kind of punishment inflicted for a surgeon who doesn't do the surgery properly. Whereas in India, we had the system of reconstruction surgery. Let me recapitulate by saying that in 18th century, two doctors from England came and witnessed how the reconstruction surgery is performed in India. India contributed to reconstruction surgery, which is now called plastic surgery. Initially, there was no anesthesia. So, 4 or 5 people used to catch the person and his affected portion will be cut off from the body. Many a time, people will perish because of the wound. Later, Humphrey Davy was doing some experiments on nitrous oxide. That led to the evolution of chloroform. At that point of time, Johann Diefenbach made a significant statement that a big dream has come true, and now the art of doing painless surgeries has come into existence. Initially, chloroform was used for performing the surgeries, but it led to heart attacks. At that point of time, the chloroform was also not much appreciated by the public, and ether was introduced. But there was a resistance for ether. They said that a woman has to suffer and then give birth to the child, because it is said in the scriptures that in pain thou shalt bring forth the child. Queen Victoria took a bold step of getting administered ether and delivered her son Leopold. But of course, Leopold was suffering from hemophilia, a disease in which blood doesn't clot so easily. Only in the American Civil War, this particular anesthesia became popular. Later came the art of transfusion of blood from one body to another. Initially, people did not know about the existence of blood groups. So, there was a person called Richard Lower. He transferred blood from a sheep to a divinity student who was slightly eccentric, thinking that if the blood is transfused, he will become all right. But the person died in a few minutes. There was Dennis who tried to transfuse blood from the body of one animal to another animal. There was a person called Carl Landsteiner who found out that there are some substances called antigens and antibodies, and he was responsible for discovering the blood groups. Later came the invention of the antibiotics. Many of the inventions and discoveries in the medicine field were serendipitous. By chance, they were discovered. For example, Edward Jenner, he discovered the medicine for vaccination, hearing the success story from his milkmaid. She said she was already affected by cowpox, and so she would not be affected by smallpox, and that led to the contemplation of Edward Jenner, and he went for vaccination. Earlier, in Chinese monasteries, nuns used to practice a technique called variolation. Variolation is different from vaccination. In variolation, if a person is affected by a pox, from the pustules, the blood will be taken and it will be injected to the new persons who will not have this kind of problem. But in variolation, the success rate was less, but in vaccination, it was almost 10%. But Edward Jenner called it only as inoculation, not as vaccination. Later, by chance, Alexander Fleming found out that the petri dish in which the bacteria was kept was affected because of the growth of a fungus. He discovered that the fungus was Penicillium rubrans. With that, the discovery of antibiotics took place. Of course, for the first time, there was a person called Albert Alexander. He was affected by fever when he was pruning the rose bush. So he was administered penicillium. The patient recovered, but there was not much stock of penicillin, so the patient died. And at that time, the most popular phrase, treatment was success, but patient died, came into existence. Later, instead of Penicillium rubrans, they went for Penicillium rotatum, then finally Penicillium chrysogenum, and then the antibiotics were produced in large number. and that led to the saving of humanity in a large number. Till that particular point of time, the birth rate was high and the death rate was also high. But when the antibiotics came into existence, the birth rate was high and death rate got reduced. In India, year 1920 is called as the year of great divide because before 1920, birth rate was also high and death rate was also high. After 1920, the death rate got reduced. So we understand that this particular field called medicine was not evolved overnight. Earlier, the Egyptians used to do something called trepanning when a person was affected by a disease. They will be drilling a hole on his skull to eliminate the bad spirits. Hippocratic only told that a man is not affected by spirits or by his bad deeds, but because of pathogens and other things. That is how medicine field developed from the art of trepanning to the art of surgeries over a period of time. And you are going to study medicine when it is so advanced, and you should take pride in becoming a student of MBBS at this point of time. Now, as it was mentioned by the chairperson, you know very well that the advent of technology has opened avenues in various fields, and medicine is greatly benefited by artificial intelligence. Let me tell you how the field of medicine used to be under oblivion some 30-40 years ago. For example, when they studied the brain, they said that the human brain deteriorates over a period of time, particularly because of aging. Before the advent of MRI and other sophisticated instruments. But today, the neurosurgeons say that there is something called neurogenesis that takes place. If you are active, if you read, if you study, if you work, and if you mix with the people, enjoy arts, enjoy music, enjoy dance, then new neurons will be generated in your brain. So the medical field is advancing, and as it is mentioned by Yuval Noah Harari in his book 20 Questions for the 21st Century, artificial intelligence is going to make the field of medicine a great revolutionary field. A person in Paris can get treated from various physicians at the same time in India, and the cost of treatment will be less. All his problems will be addressed simultaneously, and records will be maintained in such a way that he need not have to carry any paper or file for any admission anywhere else. So in this context, you should first understand that as a student of medicine, you have got certain basic fundamental principles which are to be adhered to become a successful doctor. It was mentioned by your chairperson that from now onwards, you can be a doctor. I beg to differ from him. Unless you finish MBBS, you would never be called as a doctor. I would also like to say that you are a doctor only when you are treating the patient, not otherwise. For example, when Robert Frost was taking dinner with his friends, one of his friends came and saw the full moon and said, "How beautiful this moon is." Robert Frost said, "I don't discuss business at dinner times," because for him, the beautiful moon means it's poetry, it is business. Similarly, John Paul Sartre made a significant remark. He said, "Existence precedes essence." That only means that a person should not be evaluated or valued just because of his work. I would rather say that a porter is a porter only in the railway stations. An administrator is an administrator only in his office, not all the times. So, doctor is one of the professions, and if you think that all the time you are a doctor, your life will become miserable. Sometimes you have to be a parent, sometimes you have to be a friend, sometimes you have to be a nobody. Then only life will become a beautiful experience. It is very often it is said in medicine that primum non nocere. That means don't do harm. That is a fundamental principle of medicine. In medicine, you are supposed to help the patients. How could you harm the patient? By giving a wrong medicine, or by giving a wrong prescription, or by doing a wrong diagnosis. Medicine is the only field where a person comes and hands over his body and life to a stranger. No other profession has that kind of loyalty being bestowed by the clients. In such a situation, as Epicurus was mentioning, that pleasure is the ultimate thing in life, but sometimes you have to undergo pain so that temporary pain can relieve you and give you permanent happiness. People come to you to suffer temporary pain to get permanent happiness, to get permanent bliss. That basic principle is to be understood. Then again, I would like to suggest that during your student life, don't have any Pisiparous tendencies. Kindly mix with students from all places, all regions. Be secular. Don't be parochial. Don't be regional. Don't be linguistic. Try to mix with students from all sections of the society so that you can grow. Unless you mix with the students from the other parts of the country, you would not be growing. I always tell the beautiful statement in Tao, which says that the ocean is the mightiest and the largest of all the waters on the earth because it lies low and it is ready to receive. You should lie low and you should be ready to receive. As it was mentioned by Dr. Sethuraman, my good friend, learning is a continuous process. Even now he is active. I saw him some 26 years ago, but even now he is active, ready to learn. So learning should continue. We can never be complacent about the learning process. As a student, you have ample opportunities to learn from your professors, to learn from your seniors in the college, and sometimes you have to learn from the paramedical staff, you have to learn from the non-teaching staff also. And those kind of learning will give you more support than what you are going to learn from the books. Whenever you go to the hospital, you assume that you can learn more. Every visit should enhance your knowledge. In the foreign countries, they don't have the system of cadavers in many universities. We are providing the live specimens and in some cases, and sometimes the true specimens so that you will have better exposure to the problems. Anyone who studies medicine in India will become well equipped than the medical professionals in the other countries for the simple reason that we attend to maximum number of patients in 1 hour rather than any other medical professionals anywhere in the world. Second important thing that we have to understand is only in India we don't have the waiting time. One of my friends, he had a toothache in England. So he got the appointment of the doctor. Before he could meet the doctor, the entire tooth has gone because the waiting time was so high. And similarly, you have excellent services from the paramedical staff only in India, nowhere else. And you can convalesce at your convenience in the Indian hospitals, and it is not available in the foreign countries. So in the medical profession, you have so many advantages of saving the lives of the people. Hence, I would request all the students who have come here not to miss even a single class. Attend the classes with maximum focus. Make the classes a loving experience. Meditate in your class. Attend it with love. Attend it with full involvement. Then only you will become knowledgeable. The evening hours, you can meet your professors and you can discuss with them. The first year and last year in medicine, are going to be very challenging. I won't say difficult or tough. I never use this word difficult. The moment you have used the word difficult, then it becomes something impossible. Then it belongs to the fixed mindset, not the growth mindset. I would only use the word challenging. The first year, you will be having physiology, you will be having pathology and anatomy. Tough subjects, that's what people say, but challenging subject. When you read these things, don't be restricted to your knowledge to what the professors teach you in the class. Go through the various YouTube channels available on the subject. That's what the chairperson said. Use the cell phone effectively. Use the mobile phone purposefully. You can go through the various YouTube channels. They teach you step by step, and then you will comprehend more. Again, you should also use the anatomy atlas and bone sets to understand the subject matter. You have to relate anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry to the medicinal aspects. For example, you have to correlate anatomy to surgery. You have to correlate biochemistry to clinical treatments. You have to correlate pathophysiology to medicine. These are very, very important. Fall in love with the process rather than memorizing. Memorizing is not going to be helpful now. So far, till you are +2, you might have memorized and you would have got good marks. But medicine is a vast area. You have to understand the nuances, and then only you will be able to comprehend it in a much better way. As far as the college life is concerned, you would feel that you are a little bit liberated. So far, you have been conditioned by the school. Each and every aspect of yours has been monitored. The teachers would have been monitoring. Your parents must have been monitoring. They were much worried about your future. So they would have been controlling you every minute. Your activities would have been monitored. But now you have little bit of freedom. A wise person is the one who uses his freedom for liberation, not for spoiling his life. So use the freedom judiciously. Enjoy your life. I would rather say that don't miss even a single class, because the wisdom transmitted by the professor can never be equated by any number of books in the library. The second thing is, you should also prepare your notes simultaneously, and that will be useful for further references. Again, as a student, never fall into bad habits. Sometimes students have a sense of achievement and they think that occasionally they can freak out, and that occasional practice sometimes may become a regular practice. Then it will become a risk practice. Then it will become an addiction. Then it will become a dependency. I would rather say that never taste anything illegally available even once. Sometimes, as biologists say, you may be having a predisposed gene towards addiction, and that may affect your health. Therefore, never indulge in any kind of illegal activity, and it will never be able to provide pleasure for a long time. Then again, I would say that use the facilities in the college. They were all narrating about the libraries available. They were narrating about the playground facilities available. Enjoy them. Use them judiciously. Have a timetable for every day, every week. Revise your syllabus in the weekend. All those things will help you to consolidate your knowledge. Again, as you have entered into the college, you should also worry about your physical health. Do some physical activity regularly. Psychiatrists say that in your daily life, you should do some kind of physical activity, and that will help in the secretion of all the positive hormones like dopamine, serotonin, etc. So do some physical activity. By doing a physical activity, your mental faculties will get enriched. You will be more active. By doing a physical activity, you will be able to have neurogenesis in the proper proportion. Again, I would also say that after the first year, the last year will be, final year will be slightly challenging, because in the final year you will be having general medicine, you will be having general surgery and OBG, obstetrics and gynecology. These three main subjects. You will also have orthopedics, anesthesiology, dermatology, then hematology, and these subjects are also ancillary subjects. So kindly understand that medicine is just like a penance. Every day is to be spent meaningfully and purposefully to emerge as a very good doctor. The people have so much of trust in a medical professional, and in the coming days, we will have more challenges because of obesity, indiscriminate eating, eating outside, lack of exercises, urban life, congestion, and pollution. Because of this, the medical professionals are going to play a vital role in this society, and you are also going to become one of the professionals who are going to alleviate the agonies of the people and mitigate the misery of the people. இங்கே வந்திருக்கின்ற பெற்றோர்களுக்கும் நான் ஒன்றை கூறிக்கொள்ள விரும்புகிறேன். உங்கள் மகன்களும் மகள்களும் மகத்தான சாதனையை புரிந்து மருத்துவ கல்லூரியிலே இணைந்திருக்கிறார்கள் என்பதற்காக நீங்கள் பெருமைப்பட வேண்டும். மருத்துவம் என்பது மகத்தான கல்வி. அதில் கடின உழைப்பால் மட்டுமே கனிகளை பறிக்க முடியும். அதனால் அவர்கள் கடின உழைப்பை சிந்துகிற போது அவர்களுக்கு ஒத்துழைப்பை தாருங்கள். சில நேரங்களில் இவ்வளவு கடினமாக இருக்கிறதே என்று அவர்கள் வந்து புலம்பவும் செய்வார்கள். அப்போதெல்லாம் அவர்கள் சாய்ந்து கொள்வதற்கு தோள்களை தாருங்கள், ஆறுதலை தாருங்கள். கடினமாக உழைத்தால்தான் கனிபறிக்க முடியும். இல்லாவிட்டால் நாம் அடிவாரத்திலேயே தங்கிவிட வேண்டியது ஏற்படும் என்பதை அவர்களுக்கு எடுத்துச் சொல்லுங்கள். அவ்வப்போது அவர்களிடம் முதலாண்டிலே பேசுங்கள். அதிலும் குறிப்பாக அவர்கள் மருத்துவமனைக்கு சென்று வந்த பிறகு அவர்களுக்கு சில நேரம் ஒவ்வாமை ஏற்படும், சிலருக்கு மயக்கம் வரும், சிலருக்கு வாந்தி கூட வரும். அப்படி வருகிற போதெல்லாம் அவர்களை தட்டி கொடுங்கள், ஆறுதல் தாருங்கள், அரவணையுங்கள். அனைவரும் சேர்ந்து வெற்றி பெறுவோம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir, for emphasizing the honor in practicing this noble medical profession through wonderful historical examples and instilling discipline from day one of MBBS.
உன்னோடு ஒரு நிமிஷம் என்னும் உங்களின் புத்தகத்தினை போல் ரத்தின சுருக்கமாய் மருத்துவத்துறையின் மகிமையை கூறியதற்கு மிக்க நன்றி ஐயா.
Now, the moment we have all been waiting for has arrived. Moving from the dream of wearing the white coat to the honor of receiving it from our esteemed dignitaries, we invite the 10 students to come forward as we begin the white coat ceremony. We request the chief guest and the chairman, sir, to issue the white coats to the students. We request the parents not to come forward to take photographs, as there is a professional photographer who will be taking the photographs.
Thank you, sir. The students are requested to follow the live demonstration of wearing the coats as shown by your senior. Everyone follow the instructions by your senior.
Kindly, everyone stand up.
Students, place the coat on your left shoulder and extend your right hand as you prepare to take the Hippocratic oath. Students, fold your coats and place it on your left shoulder and extend your right hand as you prepare to take the Hippocratic oath. As we embrace this pivotal moment in our journey, let us recognize the profound responsibilities that come with the noble medical profession. With great respect and anticipation, I now invite our esteemed Dean, Dr. S. Revati ma'am, to the podium to administer the Hippocratic Oath, a timeless pledge that will guide us in our commitment to healing and care.
Hippocratic Oath. I swear to fulfill, to the best of my ability and judgment, this covenant. I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those physicians in whose steps I walk and gladly share such knowledge as is mine with those who are to follow. I will apply for the benefit of the sick all measures which are required, avoiding those twin traps of overtreatment and therapeutic nihilism. I will remember that there is art to medicine as well as science, and that warmth, sympathy, and understanding may overweigh the surgeon's knife or the chemist's drug. I will not be ashamed to say, I know not, nor will I fail to call in my colleagues when the skills of another are needed for a patient's recovery. I will respect the privacy of my patients, for their problems are not disclosed to me that the world may know. Most especially must I tread with care in matters of life and death. If it is given to me to save a life, all thanks. But it may also be within my power to take a life. This awesome responsibility must be faced with great humbleness and awareness of my own frailty. Above all, I must not play at God. I will remember that I do not treat a fever chart, a cancerous growth, but a sick human being whose illness may affect the person's family and economic stability. My responsibility includes these related problems if I am to care adequately for the sick. I will prevent disease whenever I can, for prevention is preferable to cure. I will remember that I remain a member of society with special obligations to all my fellow human beings, those sound of mind and body as well as the infirm. If I do not violate this oath, may I enjoy life and art respected while I live and remembered with affection thereafter. May I always act so as to preserve the finest traditions of my calling, and may I long experience the joy of healing those who seek my help. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Everyone, please be seated.
We now invite Dr. A. Velaiduraj sir to deliver the vote of thanks and express our gratitude.
Very good morning to everyone gathered here. It has been such an honor to be a part of this wonderful program. On behalf of administration, faculties, and students of the TSRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center, we thank our Honorable Chairman Sir, Dr. R. Shivakumar, and Co-Chairman Sir, Thiru S. Niranjan Sir, who stood with us in every moment of this inaugural function of STL MBBS students. Thank you, sir. Our sincere thanks to the chief guest today, Thiru V. Irayanbu sir, former Chief Secretary, Government of Tamil Nadu, for accepting and blessing the new students. Thank you very much, sir. And our students will follow your guidance in every step of their life to become the real stars of our country. We would like to thank our Chief Director, Professor Dr. M. Sitharaman sir, for all the guidance and support to us, and also bringing our chief guest, Irayanbu IAS, for today's program. Thank you, sir. Next, we would like to thank our Dean Madam, S. Revati, Madam, for the guidance and constant encouragement for planning and execution of this program. Thank you, Madam. We would like to extend our sincere thanks to my teacher and Deputy Director of Trichy SRM Campus, Dr. N. Balasubramanian, for the motivation support. Thank you, sir. We would like to thank Medical Superintendent, Additional Medical Superintendent, Vice Principals, and all the HODs, faculties of concerned departments for their presence to this occasion. Thank you. We extend our heartfelt thanks to all the deans of various branches, Dean Admin, and our General Manager Operations and General Manager Admin for their constant support to us as always. We thank all the SOIs from our sister concerns like SRM Institute of Science and Technology, TRP Engineering College, SRM Nursing College, SRM AHS, SRM Arts and Science, and SRM Hotel Management. We thank you all for coming over here and grace the occasion, sir. We thank all the proud parents of and relatives of the new students for selecting our great institution for your children and for attending and gracing the occasion today. Thank you all. We thank press and electronic media for their enduring support to us. Last but not the least, we express gratitude towards the organizing team, the Department of Biochemistry, and student volunteers who made the event possible in a grand manner. Our special thanks to Medical College Senior Manager Mr. Kadir and his team, and all the supportive departments like maintenance and DDP. இறுதியாக புதிதாக வந்திருக்கும் அனைத்து மாணவர்களுக்கும் என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு உங்களுடன் வந்திருக்கும் உங்கள் பெற்றோர்களுக்கும் உறவினர்களுக்கும் மனமார்ந்த நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir. As we come to the conclusion of this significant occasion, I invite everyone to rise in unity and reverence for our national anthem. Everyone, please stand up.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता பஞ்சாப சிந்து குஜராத மராட்டா திராவிட உட்கல பங்கா விந்திய ஹிமாச்சல யமுனா கங்கா உச்சல ஜலதி தரங்கா तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे जागे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
As a mark of respect, the students are asked to remain standing until the dignitaries leave the hall. Also, we request the parents to kindly remain in their positions.